Good day everyone! Welcome to my channel. Ang topic natin to be discussed is about conic sections, specifically circle. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng circle? It is a set of all coplanar points such that the distance from a fixed point is constant. The fixed point is called the center of the circle, and the constant distance from the center is called the radius of the circle. Meaning to say, ito yung two terms or two important terms kapag circle ang pinag-usapan. And of course, in making a circle, mas maganda kung gagamit kayo ng graphing paper, saka ruler, and of course, yung compass para to make it more accurate. Now, x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Ito yung standard form of equation of a circle whose center is at the origin with radius r. And the equation of the circle whose center is at the point hk and with radius r now is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. So meron tayong dalawang sinusunod, yung standard form centered at the origin at saka itong point hk. Using these two patterns, makakagawa na tayo ng graph of a circle. Paano? Tingnan natin sa susunod nating mga slides. Our task is to determine the standard form of equation of the circle given its center and radius. Then draw its graph. Given center 6, 5, radius 8. At first, we will write this given into what? Standard form of equation of the circle. Since our center is not at the origin, we'll be using this pattern. Yung x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Paano? I-replace natin yung h using 6. Kasi, bakit? Ang center kapag wala sa origin ay ang pattern na gagamitin ay h, k. Meaning to say, the value of h is 6 and the value of k is 5. Kaya naman, kung gagamitin natin itong pattern na mahaba, it is now x minus h, which is x minus 6. And then, quantity squared plus the other, y minus 5 quantity squared equals 8 squared. So happened that 8 squared is 64, so write 64. And then copy the left-hand side, x minus 6 quantity squared plus y minus 5 quantity squared. This is already the standard form of equation of the circle, given the center 6, 5 and radius 8. Now, paano natin i-graph itong given center 6, 5 and radius 8? At first, gawa tayo ng Cartesian plane. X-axis, y-axis. Then, bilang tayo, since the center is at 0.65, pwede tayong magbilang ng 6 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, assuming na ito ay equidistant. Pero syempre pa, sabi nga ng sir, mas maganda kung gagamit kayo ng graphing paper at saka ng ruler para mas accurate. Okay? Nasaan yung 0.65? 6 pa kanan, 5 pataas. Ibig sabihin, ito yung ating 0.65. So, ito yung point natin para sa ating center na 6, 5. Okay? Since the radius is 8, bilang tayo ng 8 units to the left o kaya 8 units to the right or kung gusto nyo 8 units up and then 8 units down. Nasa sa inyo na yon. Dahil once na nakapagbilang na kayo ng 8 units, alinman dito sa 4 na directions, yun ang magsisilbing radius ninyo. So in this case, pwede tayo magbilang ng 8 pakaliwa. So dahil kanina, nagkanan tayo ng 6, pwede natin dagdagan ng 2 dito sa kaliwa. So, para maging 7, and then ito, 8. Okay? So, tapat lang natin. Yan. And then using a ruler, pag kinonect natin yon, this will serve as your radius na kung saan siya ay 8 units. And using your compass from point to point, pwede na kayo makakreate ng circle. Sabi nga natin, kanina, pwede kayong tumaas ng 8 kung ayaw nyo dito pakaliwa. Ano? So, subukan natin. 1, 2, 3, dagdagan, 4, okay, then 5, 6, then we have 7, 8. So, approximately, dito sa case na to, yun. And then, 8 pa kanan, so we have your 1, 2, extend natin, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, approximately, eto siya. Okay? And then, 8 pa baba. Di ba nagtaas tayo ng 5? So, pwede tayo magdagdag ng 3 na lang. 1, 2, 3. And then, approximately, ayun. So, nag-approximate lang ang sir kasi wala tayong graphing paper or ruler na ginamit. Connecting the points or using your compass, makaka-create kayo ng circle na dapat nag-pass through dito sa 4 na points na to. So, eto siya. Yung ating circle na create. Okay? So, eto na siya. Meron na tayong circle. But syempre pa, mas magiging maganda yan kung gagamit kayo ng compass. Next example, center 1/2, 5 halves. Radius 2 square root of 3 over 3. Since wala ulit tayo sa origin, ay di ang gagamitin nating pattern ulit ay itong mahaba. Kaya, palitan ulit natin, ang h ay 1/2, while k is 5 halves. Gamit ito, we have now x minus 1/2, then quantity squared, plus y minus 5 halves, quantity squared, equals 2 square root of 3 over 3, then quantity squared. Let us solve. 2 square root of 3 quantity squared. Ibig sabihin yan, meron kang 2 squared and then square root of 3 squared over 3 squared. In short, 2 squared is 4, while square root of 3 squared is 3. And then 3 squared is 9. So happen that you can cancel 3 and 9 here by 3. So this will become what? 4 over 3. Why? 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 9 divided by 3 is 3. That's why 4 times 1 is 4 over 3. Then copy your left hand side, x minus 1/2 quantity squared plus y minus 5 halves quantity squared. At syempre pa, ito yung ating standard form of the equation of this circle. At syempre pa, tapos na ulit ang ating problema. Now, i-plot ulit natin sa Cartesian plane itong ating given center and radius. Since the given center is what? 1/2 and 5 over 2, i-convert natin siya sa decimal. Ibig sabihin, 1 divided by 2. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. While 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So this will become our center. While 2 square root of 3 over 3 na radius, ay i-convert din natin into decimal. Na kapag isinolve ninyo ito, this is approximately 1.15 something. Instead of 1.15, we can use 1.2 being what? Our radius. Ibig sabihin, i-round off natin siya to the nearest tenths. And kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, make a Cartesian plane, then locate 0.5, 2.5. So ibig sabihin, pwede tayong mag-move ng 1 unit to the right, and then 2 units up or 3 units up. Then between 0 and 1, that is 0.5. Tapos, taas tayo ng 1, 2 at kalahati para sa 2.5. So, this point will serve as our center. See to it na siya ay located dun sa 0, ito, sa 0.5 and then 2.5. Okay? Now, our radius is 1.2, meaning from here, pwede tayong mag-move. So, for example, ito yung kasunod na unit. So, between these two, 1 and 2, then, meron ka ng 1, move ka lang ng konti to get 1.2. And then, from here, dahil kalahati ito, mag-move ka ng kalahati dito, for example, para makuha mo yung 1 unit, and then, a little 0.2. Then, baba ka ng 1 kalahati dun sa 1 and 2. Then, up a little para maging 1.2. And then, taas ka ng 1 unit. Then, a little para maging 1.2. Connecting the points, katulad nito. Again, using your compass. Gamit ka lang ng compass to make it more accurate. Yan. Ito na ngayon yung circle. See to it that your radius, ayun, yung 1.2 units. Our next task is to write the equation of a circle in general form, given its center and radius. Draw its graph. Center, 1, 2, radius, 2. Again, wala ulit sa origin ang given center, kaya yung mahaba ang ating gagamiting pattern. Palitan natin, ang h natin dito is 1 at ang k ay 2. Siyempre pa, your radius is 2. So, x minus h, x minus 1, quantity squared, plus y minus 2, quantity squared, equals r squared. X minus 1 quantity squared, i-expand natin. Ibig sabihin nun, square of the first term, x squared, then get the product of x and negative 1, so that is negative x, multiply it by 2, so that is negative 2x. And then square of the second term, positive 1. So, ibig sabihin, ang expanded form of x minus 1 quantity squared is x squared minus 2x plus 1. Same with y minus 2 quantity squared. So, lagyan natin ng plus. Square of y squared, is y squared. And then get the product of y and negative 2, that is negative 2y. Multiply it by 2, so to get negative 4y. And then square of the second term, that is positive 4, is now equal to 2 squared, which of course equivalent to 4. And since general form ang hinihingi, we need to transpose this constant term 4 dito, papunta sa side na to. At syempre pa, pag itinranspose yung 4, itong right-hand side magiging 0. So, copy x squared minus 2x and then plus, pwede natin i-combine itong 1 and 4 since they are similar. So, that is 5. And then plus y squared minus 4y. Since ito transpose yung 4, will become what? Negative 4. And still, pwedeng pagsamahin yung 5 minus 4. So, continue working. X squared minus 2x plus y squared minus 4y. And 5 minus 4 is positive 1 equals 0. Pwedeng ito ang sagot or pwede rin namang i-rearrange. X squared plus y squared muna, and then minus 2x minus 4y plus 1 equals 0 is the correct general form of this given center 1, 2, and radius 2. Now, paano i-graph? Cartesian plane tayo. Gawa tayo ng Cartesian plane. X-axis, y-axis. Bilang ng isa, then taas ng dalawa. This point will serve as your center kasi 1, 2. Now, nagkataon, ang radius ay 2. Dagdagan natin ng isa, dalawa. Katapat nito, yun. Using a compass o ruler, ayan, ang radius. Siyempre pa, pwede kayong tumaas ng isa, dalawa, kung gusto nyo, katapat dito. And then, kaliwa ng isa, dalawa, dito. And then, baba ng dalawa, yun. Connecting the points using a compass, hanggat maaari, mga bata, para mas maging accurate sa inyo. Ito ngayon, yung ating circle. Ayos? Ayos. To solve this problem, pagsamahin natin yung parehong x, ang variable na ginamit, at sa kabila ay parehong y ang ginamit. So we have here x squared minus 10x and then plus blank. Why? Because our target later ay to make these two terms a perfect square trinomial. Kaya lagyan natin ng plus blank. Then parenthesis, plus the other, y squared, plus 9y, and then plus blank. So, ayan. Equals, transpose natin itong positive 1, papunta doon sa kabilang side, magiging siyang negative 1. At dahil mag-a-add tayo dito ng term, saka dito, magdadagdag tayo sa kabila ng plus blank at saka plus blank. Now, next target, we will make these two terms x squared minus 10x a perfect square trinomial. Para mangyari yon, divide negative 10 by 2 and that is negative 5. Tapos, kunin lang ang square root nitong x squared, that is x. Lagyan ng parenthesis, then raise it to the second power. Para makompleto, get 5 squared, 25. Dito ang sulat. Sa kabila, lagyan ng 25. Then continue. Y squared plus 9y. Paano magiging perfect square? Divide 9 by 2. Dahil hindi exact ang ating magiging kasagutan, ilagay na lang natin ay 9 over 2. And square root of y squared ay y. Again, lagyan ng parenthesis, raised to the second power. Para makompleto yung y squared plus 9y, para maging perfect square trinomial, get 9 squared, that is 81, and 2 squared is 4. Kaya naman, 81 over 4 ang idinagdag. Lagyan natin ng 81 over 4 dito sa right hand side. If you notice, sa right-hand side may denominator na 4. That would serve as our common denominator. Ngayon, magtataka kayo or magtatanong, ano ang denominator ng negative 1? That is 1. Ano ang denominator ng 25? Also 1. Then distribute your least common denominator 4 dun sa mga denominators na nasa sa baba at imumultiply sa mga nasa sa taas ang kasagutan. Paano? 4 divided by this denominator 1 is 4 times the numerator negative 1 is negative 4. 4 divided by this denominator 1 is 4 times the numerator 25 is 100. And lastly, 4 divided by this denominator 4 is 1 times this numerator 81. Of course, the answer is 81. And then continue solving. Solve lang natin itong numerator na to. Negative 4 plus 100 plus 81. Pag pinagsama-sama, the answer is 177. Then copy the denominator 4. Sa kaliwa, kopyahin lang natin yung x minus 5 quantity squared plus y plus 9 over 2 quantity squared. At syempre pa, malalaman na natin sa pamamagitan nito ang center at ang radius. In this case, ang center natin, x minus 5. Since our pattern is x minus h, our h value is 5. For k, ang pattern natin is y minus k. Pero if you look at your answer, it's y plus 9 over 2. Ibig sabihin, the value of k is negative 9 over 2. So, sa makatuwid, ang center natin dito ay 5, negative 9 over 2. Ano naman ang ating radius? It is simply what? The square root of 177 over the square root of 4. So, yan ang magiging case natin. Since wala namang square root ang 177, wala siyang factors na kung saan ay perfect square ang isa, right square root of 177. And then square root of 4, nagkataon ay 2. So this therefore is our radius. Okay, we found out that the center of this equation is what? 5, negative 9 over 2. And the radius is square root of 177 over 2. When we say negative 9 over 2, negative 9 over 2 is the same as negative 4.5. Bakit? Divide 9 by 2. While square root of 177 over 2 is approximately 6.65. So, pwede natin gamitin ay 6.7. Now, i-plot natin. Gawa ulit ng Cartesian plane. So, draw a Cartesian plane. Ito. And then, 5. Gawa tayo ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then negative 4.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 kanan ng 5 beses. And then negative 4.5 baba ng 4 at kalahati. Okay, parang ito. So ito ngayon yung ating center. 4 at kalahati. Para nang sa ganon, the center is at 5, negative 4.5. And then from here, okay, move kayo ng 6.7 units. Nasa sa inyo na kung kayo ay tataas, o di kaya kung kayo ay bababa, kung kakaliwa, o di kaya ay kakanan. So halimbawa, gusto mong tumaas, so from here, from this point, kalahati ng pagtaas, isang unit pagtaas, so paano yun? Kung dito tayo magbibilang, since nasa kalahati, ay di 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So, halimbawa 5, and then 6, then 7. So, for example, bilang kayo ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, approximately 6.7. So, this is 6.5, 6.7. Makalampas lang ng konti dun sa 5, 2 na coordinate. Then, connect or using your compass. Tama ba? So, kung dito tayo nag-start, ay di 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5.7 approximately. Then, using your compass, 5, 6, 7, 6 point something. Using your compass, draw a circle. Again, gumamit ng compass to make it more accurate. Okay? Ito na siya. Huwag kakalimutan, ang distance nitong point na ito papunta dun sa center should be what? 6.7 units. Pakaliwa, 6.7 units. Pababa, 6.7 units. At ang pakanan ay 6.7 units. Our next example, pagsamahin ulit, pagtabihin natin yung parehong may x, x squared minus 14x plus blank. Tanda? And then plus y squared minus 12y plus blank equals transpose 59. So minus 59. And then plus blank plus blank. Again, make these two terms a perfect square trinomial. So divide this by 2. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. And the square root of x squared is x. Put a parenthesis, then raise it to the second power. 7 squared is 49. On the other side, write 49. Plus, negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6, while square root of y squared is y. Put a parenthesis, then raise it to the second power, and 6 squared is 36. So, lagyan natin dito ng 36. What is negative 59 plus 49 plus 36? Well, negative 59 plus 49 is negative 10. And negative 10 plus 36 is simply positive 26. Tapos, ibig sabihin, ano ngayon ang ating radius? I mean center muna. ID center is what? X minus h, so that is 7. And then y minus k, that is 6. So our center is at 7, 6. While the radius is simply square root of 26. Siyempre pa, ito na ulit ang ating sagot. A while ago, we found out that the center of this equation is at point 7, 6. And the radius is square root of 26. Kapag isinod nyo yung square root of 26 approximately, this is equivalent to 5.09. So therefore, we can use 5.1 here as our radius. So sketch ulit kayo ng graph, Cartesian plane, then locate point 7, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here is point 76, okay? And then since our radius is 5.1, we can move 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5 point something to the right. Then connect the points. For this will serve as your radius 5.1. And then using your compass, draw a circle. At syempre pa, yan na ulit yung posible na inyong gawin. O di kaya naman, sabi nga natin, kung nag-move kayo ng 5.1 to the right, pwede kayong mag-move ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.1 up. And then 5.1 to the left. Kaya 1, dapat natin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.1 to the left, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.1 down. So, connect the points, yun. Ito ang ating magiging circle. But syempre pa, mas maganda yan kung meron kayong ginamit na compass. Okay? Ayos. The equation x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0 is called the general form of equation of a circle. Now, if r squared is equal to d squared over 4 plus e squared over 4 minus f, and the answer is greater than 0, then the graph of the equation is a circle. But if r squared, which is d squared over 4 plus e squared over 4 minus f, is equivalent to 0, then the graph of the equation is a point circle. And lastly, if the value of r squared, d squared over 4 plus e squared over 4 minus f is less than 0, that means the equation has no graph. Let us have a sample. X squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 12y plus 47 equals 0. At first, identify D, E, and F. In this case, D is 8. E is negative 12. And then what? Our F is positive 47. May mga instance na walang value ang D. Let's say wala nakalagay na, halimbawa, wala yung 8x. So that means your D is 0. But since meron tayong nakalagay na 8x, the value of D is 8. Pero kung wala siya, ang value ng D ay 0. Okay, continue. D squared, so we have 8 squared over 4 plus negative 12 squared over 4 minus 47. 8 squared is 64 over 4, while negative 12 squared is 144, then over 4 minus 47. We can cancel 64 and 4 by 4. 64 divided by 4 is 16. Tama? While 144 divided by 4 is 36. And then minus 47. 16 plus 36, of course, is 52. And 52 minus 47, now, of course, is equal to 5. And basically, we knew that 5 is greater than 0. Ibig sabihin, the graph of the equation of this is a circle. Another example, x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 12y minus 40 is 0. Sa case na to, ang D ay negative 4, ang E ay 12, at ang F ay negative 40. Again, using the pattern, negative 4 squared over 4 plus 12 squared over 4 minus negative 40. Negative 4 squared is 16 over 4, while 12 squared is 144 over 4. Minus negative 40 means what? Positive. So plus 40. 16 over 4 is 4. 144 divided by 4 again is 36. And then plus 40. 4 plus 36 is 40, and 40 plus 40 is 80. And we know that 80 is greater than 0. Ibig sabihin, the graph of this equation, again, is a circle. Ayan, dito natatapos ang ating discussion about circle. Thank you for listening. At syempre pa, huwag niyong kalilimutang i-subscribe, like, and share ang aking YouTube channel Sir Joel. At huwag din kalilimutang i-click ang notification bell para mas magi kayong updated sa mga videos na aking i-upload. See you next time. Once again, thank you.